Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Wow. Obviously, going into this game, you know, we're like, yeah, this is the real test here. Obviously, Spurs on the weekend, that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? So obviously we know Bayern Munich, this was gonna be the real test. Listen, they've been the best team in Europe. They haven't lost a single game. Well, guess what? Now they've got a loss on their record. Now they've got a loss on their record because of what? Us. Now, literally, fantastic performance. We saw Arteta make a few changes in the lineup. MLS, coming in at left back and Mascara coming in place for Hincapié. Listen, when you have a squad like this, it's only right you rotate every now and then, because you need to keep players sharp in terms of the fitness. You don't want to overrun players and whatnot. And we've got the quality to deal with that. Cool. So I was happy with the lineup. More or less, it was the same lineup apart from those two changes. But yeah, listen, this was a real tactical battle. First off, we saw it. We saw an effect. These are two juggernauts going head to head, and I was interested to see, how it come out. Obviously, we had like a very high, emotional game against Tottenham and whatnot. Obviously, this was going to be the reality check, and we needed to see, what we were going to come up with. And thankfully, today we came up with the goods. I feel like today, statement win, statement victory. Everyone across Europe, everyone across the world saw that, honestly speaking. So I have to, big up the squad, big up Arteta, big up Andrea Berta, because this squad is stacked. This squad is stacked, bro. I'm telling guys, football's a squad game, man. You're seeing the fruits of it. Look, this is well before, kickoff and whatnot. We had fireworks going off at the Emirates Stadium. Wow. Just the other day, we had the Tifa against Tottenham. We're seeing crazy fireworks go off at the Emirates Stadium. Like, wow, the atmosphere, Arteta's helped, build the culture, he's cultivated here has been amazing, honestly speaking. And now we're literally seeing Arsenal in real time acting as one of the super teams of the world. Like, deeper, that's actually crazy. Obviously, remember where we were 2019, right? When Arteta took over, from memory. And obviously, there was loads of things that needed to be sorted out in terms of personnel, culture, and whatnot. You just look at what's going on now, and this is just crazy, man. Culturally, we've changed. Like, the relationship between the players and the fans, the gap has been bridged. We feel closer to them. We look at them and we're like, these guys represent us well, So a lot has changed, and culturally, we're all aligned, which is great. Oh, but no Gabriel equals no set-piece goals. Arsenal haven't scored a set-piece goal in a couple of games. What? Of course, we were just rested. Today, we loaded another one up. No Gabriel, no problem. Yuri and Timber rises. Listen, Neuer was calling for a foul. It's not a foul. Flaps at it. Yuri and Timber too strong. Do you get what I'm saying? 1-0 Arsenal, 22nd minute. Let's go. This is how we do it. Roof. The roof is off. The stadium is buzzing. We love a good set piece goal. Didn't get one against Tottenham, but hey, we got one today. And listen, I'm telling you, the anticipation when we get a corner now, it's just ridiculous. I genuinely feel like it even affects, the opposition team psychologically. It's a lot. And we've got a lot of variation. And, Saka and Rice on either side, they put in a great ball into the box, honestly speaking. Their dead ball top, especially Rice. Wow. This one from Saka was amazing. Right on the sixpence. Yuri and Timber couldn't miss. Gets a connection to it. 1-0 up. Happy days. As you can see, Neuer's, made a claim for the ball, but Yuri and Timber's ahead of him, and yeah, that's how we get a goal. Set piece again. Ole, ole, ole. Look, I feel like we were pressing for a second goal. After that first goal, we wanted to go in for the kill when we had chances. I cannot lie. Marina sets up Eze, and Eze, I don't know if he's looking to pass it or, he just misjudged the shot. It's a waste of a golden opportunity when it should have been 2-0, honestly speaking. Literally, next phase of play, Kimmich, he's a fantastic footballer. Picks out Nabry and Miles Lewis Skelly. He's just caught ball watching here. I mean, these are the type of lessons you learn. He's a young player, 17, 19, he will learn, and he hasn't had too many minutes, so he's had to come out from the cold and whatnot. Tuchel was watching the game as well, And, us, we want Miles Lewis-Skelly to be in the England squad. But this one, he got caught lacking a bit here. Literally, Gnabry and Olise switch sides. As you can see, number 17 on the left, Olise switched to the left. And yeah, Gnabry got changed out of Miles Lewis-Skelly. It's a great ball from Kimmich though. What a ball. I can't lie, this whole goal is class. Like, I haven't seen any team do that to us really this season. I'm not going to lie, this is top. But that's the thing with Bayern Munich, a team like Bayern Munich. You don't score your chance. Next phase of play, you're looking at them create a crazy chance against you. This is how it goes really. It's an excellent first-time volley, pass from Serge Gnabry. Perfectly weighted, evades the path of Mosquera. Leonard Carl, great run. He's there to tap it home, and it's a great controlled finish from Leonard Carl. All of a sudden, you're like 1-1. Could have been 2-0. It's 1-1. This is the reality of high-level football. It's an elite sport. These things happen. You learn from your mistakes. Make mistakes, you get punished from them. It's honestly how it is. And I was looking at that and I was like, oh, that's a bit unfortunate, but hopefully the boys can go on to win the game. Win the game we did. Listen, there was a few personal changes, and credit to Arteta. Before the 70th minute, he takes off, Bukayo Saka. And remember, early in the first half, we saw Leandro Trossard have to come off. So Madueke actually replaced Trossard, and Madueke was playing on the left. Saka's playing on the right. He saw, an opportunity, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to bring on Noni. And I respect the fact that he had the confidence, the belief to bring on Noni Madueke and take off Bukayo Saka. Previous seasons, you don't see Arteta taking off Saka, in this situation. You don't. But today we saw it. Cool. So Saka comes off for Martinelli. Martinelli switches to the left. Noni Madueke switches to the right. Within a few minutes, we saw the fruit of that substitution. Madueke back on his favourite side, and that was all she wrote. Honestly, the substitution was a masterstroke. Calafiori came on, to shore things up because Olise was getting a bit of change out of MLS. It was a bit of a tough, game for him. Calafiori came up trumps, man. Honestly, it's a great pass from Eze, well timed. And I can't lie, the cross from Calafiori, first time whip cross, doesn't even need to take a touch on the ball because it's perfectly away from Eze. But the first time whipped cross is insane. You can see Noni at the back post there, lurking. He's waiting for his opportunity. How good would it be for him to get, his first Arsenal goal? Nevertheless, first Champions League goal as well. And yeah, man, honestly, Calafiori puts it on the play for men. Calafiori this season, he's been on another level. Last season, we saw his quality, the chaos he creates and whatnot, but he had injury problems. This season, we're seeing the chaos, the craziness, but with a composure defensively. He's looking like a stallion in defence. And honestly speaking, this is why he's starting week in, week out. Crazy. Within a minute of coming on, I can't lie, substitutions came out Trump. Little changes that Arteta made came out Trump. Our squad is crazy. And I can't lie, this might be the year where we're like, okay, cool. We know we can get the Prem. But how about we add a little something extra? Because, bro, I'm telling you, this squad got top players. Remember, we still got Gabriel Jesus, Gyökeres, Havertz. Odegaard and Ben White came on later as well. This squad has players, bro. And the players that come off the bench, they're there and ready to contribute. Look at the whip on the cross, man. Look at the whip. You could Calafiori was all into it. Look at the body shape. He whipped that cross. Yeah, that cross was crazy, man. Noni Madueke just had to score. He had to. Yep, then Noni does the rest. Listen, big him up, because honestly, he was in really good form before the injury. He was in really good form. The fans are taking to a liking to him and whatnot, but obviously the injury slowed things down, the momentum and whatnot. It was good seeing him, come back against Tottenham off the bench. And he came off the bench today, a few more minutes, to be fair, due to the Trossard injury. And, today he got his goal, deservedly so. His first goal for Arsenal, his first Champions League goal. Noni Madueke, congratulations. I have to pick him up. And, yeah, he'll be itching to get his hands on Chelsea on Sunday, honestly speaking. And shout out to, Martinelli as well, because, listen, the competition for places... This is what we like to see. This is elite sport, man, honestly speaking. If Trossard is fit, But suddenly as well, you're looking at it all, Trossard, Martinelli, or Madueke on the left. There's the options you want to have. You want this type of headache as a manager. It's a good problem to have, because they're all willing to work, you know, for their spot in that team. Eze over the top ball for Martinelli. Feels like we've seen this ball before, haven't we? Oh yeah, that's right, Man City. Listen, it felt like deja vu. When I saw Eze standing over the ball, I was like, yeah, he's gonna draw me over the top for Martinelli. Martinelli, in terms of running behind, you're not catching him. You are not catching him. And listen, Martinelli's hungry. He just came back from injury. These are his first minutes in, a good few weeks. He was raring to go. He was raring to go. And off he went. Great ball from Eze. Literally plays him into the space. Neuer tries to come out, makes an error of judgment, snuck past him, and Martinelli's through on goal. And already at this point, we're cueing the celebrations. We're like, yeah, 3-1. We see Martinelli do this countless times. This is his signature move. You know how the story goes. We've seen him do it to Real Madrid. We've seen him do it to Man City. We've seen him do it to Chelsea. And now Bayern Munich are the victims. Neuer, he had a tough one today. Legendary keeper, one of my favourite keepers. Probably my favourite keeper of all time anyways. But today, he got dealt with. Misjudged the flight of the ball. And yeah, Martinelli was solo through on goal. Slots it in the back of the net. Good night, Bayern. 3-1 game, set, match. And honestly, it could have been more. I felt like in terms of the chances we created, this could have been 5-6. I'm not even gonna lie. Credit to the team, really happy with the performance and the display. I know some people definitely after the Tottenham game were looking straight over to Chelsea and whatnot, but it was important that we had to assert ourselves in Europe, and we've put ourselves in very good stead, very good position, top of the table in the Premier League, top of the table in the Champions League. Players ready to contribute, the squad contributing, when asked upon and whatnot. It was a great day. And we were always going to say, that Bayern Munich match, that would be, a good measurement for where we are. It would be, a way to assess ourselves amongst the elite. And we're seeing ourselves in the elite. And honestly, these players, they have to believe in that. It's no more kind of like looking at the next team like, oh, they're the team. That you have to look at and be like, listen, we're that team. Currently, we're the best team in Europe. Best team in Europe, clearly, honestly speaking. And yeah, today's match, this was a great match, to showcase that, make a statement. We've made a statement. Great win against Bayern. It could have been more even. And yeah, that's just the levels right now. This squad is elite. This is the best Arsenal squad I've seen. I've kept saying it and I will say it. Best Arsenal squad I've seen. You've got players ready to, make contributions off the bench. We've got different tools to use. The squad is just stacked in elite talent, different combinations, pairings and whatnot. This squad is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Arteta for the world class elite coaching, Andrea Berta for the recruitment, and the fans. Shout out the fans because we are backing this team fully now. We believe they can go all the way. And stuff like this you see today, that only reaffirms the belief. But credit to the guys, great day, great match, 3-1 against Bayern. It's not easy, Champions League. Liverpool, they got dealt with at home against PSV 4-1. It's not easy, Champions League. But listen, we've put ourselves in a great position. 5 matches played and 5 wins in the Champions League, only 1 goal conceded. This is scary levels. We are scarily good. And I'll just say to everyone, just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, because I do believe this team will achieve success starting from this season. Let's go. Come on, you Gunners.